What's up, everyone? It is Coach Casey with Purposeful Strength. I wanted to shoot a quick video just highlighting the action map, and I wanted to take myself through the action map just so you can get an idea of what it looks like to actually do this, and maybe have this answer some of the questions you might have if you've scrolled through it. So this is the first part of the Start Here program. You've got a little introduction here. You've got a little highlight as to what is going to happen. And then it really starts with this process called 5-3-1, where we take our big block goal. And if you don't have any goals, that's what this is for, where you can write that goal down. And then we start to really break down that goal to create the action, right? That's the name of the program here, the action map, to taking the first step. Because it's one thing to say, and I'll use my goal, say, my goal is to lose 10 pounds. Well, that's great. And it's a good goal, right? It can be improved on, but it's a good goal to start with. And that's a lot of people's goals. So I want to lose 10 pounds. That's my big block goal. But how am I going to do that? What am I going to do in my current lifestyle that's going to allow me to actually achieve that goal? And that's the point of this action map. And I think you're starting to get the gist of that here. So if my goal is to lose 10 pounds, 3 strategies to help reach that goal might be writing a grocery list. So I know what I'm buying when I go to the grocery store. I'm going to leave my food scale on the kitchen island so that I can weigh my food. And then I am going to make sure that what's another good strategy here? Like not a bad strategy. I know it sounds silly to say that, but I want an actual good strategy here. So I've got my grocery list, I've got my food scale, and then I am going to really focus on brushing my teeth within 30 minutes of dinner so that I don't snack at night. What do you think about that one, huh? Okay, so that's going to be my third strategy. And then from there, I'm going to write out 5 tactics that help me accomplish each strategy. Okay, so quite literally list out each thing that breaks down into each of those strategies. So if it's my grocery list, I'm going to download the notes app. I'm going to share it with my wife so that her and I can make sure that we're adding things that we want to have. I'm going to Google recipes that I can do in the crock pot so that I know I can cook the food that I buy. I'm going to download the Hannaford to go, that's the grocery store near me, the Hannaford to go app, and I'm going to make sure that I'm able to order food. Maybe I subscribe to Instacart so that I can have the food delivered to my house. You're starting to see that the actual tactics is really what we're actually going to be doing. And then it has that snowball effect up the chain. Our tactics help us drive our strategy, and then our strategies executed over time help us reach our goal. So when we're looking at the 5-3-1, we set the goal, but the goal isn't the action. The action is the tactics. Those are the things that we can do every day to help us lead to these different strategies that help us achieve our goal over time. And I think that's the paradigm shift for a lot of people, is that it's not just I set a goal and then I'm going to take action on that one specific goal item. It's breaking that down 2 steps, right? 2 steps into 5 different tangible pieces that I can do in my lifestyle. And that's the other thing I like to say with this is when we're doing the 5-3-1, we're looking at the 5 things. You don't have to do all 5 of those things at the same time. You don't have to start with all 5 of those things, but it gives you one starting point that you can implement, right? At the end of it, I have 15 action items that lead to 3 strategies that lead to 1 goal. If I can implement one of those tactics, I'm in a better position than I was before the goal setting, right? So as I get good with one tactic, I can move to another, I can move to another, I can move to another. And you will find that a lot of these tactics do overlap. And that's what's nice about breaking it down to this level, is you see that a lot of your work, and you might actually start with a tactic that can give you the most bang for your buck, but a lot of the work that you put in on that level has that carryover effect to the top. After the 5-3-1, this is huge for me. This is where we set expectations. And what you're doing is you're actually setting expectations for yourself. So what we just talked about, right? We end up with 15 tactics, 15 things that we can actually do. Of those 15 tactics, what can you do right now? And this is what I really like about this setting expectations is you can pick the layup. You can pick the one thing that you want to do every day. Maybe for my 10-pound weight loss goal, it's to take my vitamin every morning. I put my multivitamin on the kitchen island so I see it. I take that multivitamin every morning. And when I get really good at that and I can do it day in, day out without having to think about it, I can add another one. But what's really great about setting expectations is that it curbs your say it curbs your ability to get frustrated, right? It helps you prevent those feelings of I'm not doing anything towards this big goal because you picked something that was way ahead of where you are. And I think that's what's really important when you look at this question of what can you do right now? It should be so easy you can start. And I think a lot of people will say, well, I'm going to start with this because it's actually hard and I think it's going to get me there faster and that's going to be super beneficial for me. And that's not it at all. Pick the thing that you think is the layup that you almost feel so guilty that you're able to do it so easily. Do that because you want the win. You need those W's. And then stemming from there, how will you know it's working? Give yourself those checkpoints. Give yourself the thing that you can identify with that you know it's working. Do you have to go buy more vitamins? Well, because you're taking it every day and you're remembering to do it, right? So it can be something that's so obvious, and it can also be something that maybe is more tangible, right? Like, maybe it's when you put on your t-shirt, it's a little baggier in certain areas, or when you bring this is as I'm filming this, it's wintertime in Vermont. Maybe it's your springtime shorts that you leave out in your bedroom so that you can try them on periodically. And then the last piece here is what barriers do you foresee? And this is where you can air out anything that could get in the way. Is it financial? Is it time-wise? Is it a work schedule that's inconsistent? Is it a newborn baby at your house? There's a lot of barriers that can jump in there. Be honest with yourself, write them down. So that way you can come up with an actual game plan on how to work around or alongside those barriers. Because I think this is something that people really think they can do as well. If this is going to be a barrier, here's my workaround. It's a barrier for a reason. It might be just a way that you can temper your expectations, right? Temper expectations so that you know it's working and work alongside that barrier, right? Because if you know there's something that's going to inhibit your progress, if there's going to be something that inhibits your time, your focus, it's not necessarily a negative thing. It's just a barrier that is obstructing your goal. And you have to figure out a way to craftfully work with or around alongside that barrier. And I think that that's a really good reframe if you're going through this action map, is to just really spend some time and think about those barriers and how you can work alongside them, remove them, and address them. That's the big piece, is you just want to address those barriers in any way you can. And if you're having problems with this, I've said this in my emails, reach out. I always reply to emails. I'm always here to help. But I wanted to just give you all a quick overview on what this Start Here action map looks like and how it can help you.